Well, hello there. It's Jim Gordon back again with SmallCapPower. We're at the 2019 Growth Conference here at the Pacific Rim Hotel in downtown Vancouver. And joining us all the way from Boston, Massachusetts, is the CEO of Bay Talent Group, Allan Hartley. First of all, welcome to the West Coast.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Great sports town where you come from.
It is.
Let's start with an overview of the company for our viewers out there watching.
We're a staffing company, primarily in the professional staffing arena, and we're doing a consolidation of staffing companies starting with Canada and then going into the United States. And that's really our goal. And right now we have 3 companies that we've already aggregated, and we're in the process of going after more.
And you've talked about expanding. We'll talk about the States in a few minutes, but let's talk about expansion ideas for 2019 here in Canada.
We actually have, we're looking at other companies in Canada to expand. Right now we have 3 basically out of Toronto. We have a couple in Vancouver we're looking at, one that we're in the next stage of acquiring, and then also one in Montreal that we're looking at, and a couple more in Toronto. So to get our footprint really in Canada, those 3 cities, and there may be something in Edmonton down the road, but right now those are the 3 cities that we're concentrating on, especially Toronto and Vancouver.
And you mentioned to me before we went on that you already have companies obviously in the States, but you're expanding in your country as well.
Correct. Well, our goal is really to start in Canada, because we're going on the TSX Venture Exchange, and then once we have that, and then our goal is really in the 3rd and 4th quarter to start buying companies in the United States.
Going forward in 2019, as you mentioned, we've been talking about buying companies. Size is obviously what you're looking for specifically, but what are some of the other, with your experience, what are some of the other assets or attractions that catches your eye?
Well, when I look at a company, I look at a couple things. So one is, besides the normal, revenue, gross margin, and profitability, but I really look at also the types of business that they do. We want to stay in the professional sector. We also look at concentration of client. We look at different avenues of what their management is very important to us, because again, we're a network of boutiques. We actually keep their brand. We don't actually put their Bay Talent Group brand on it.
Right.
So we are really like a holding company in essence, with these different brands underneath us to maintain that localness of their brand or their company with the power of a strategic world-class staffing company, basically.
Busy with expansion, but also late spring, maybe into early summer, going public.
Yes, we're excited about that. We have a CPC that we're working with, and then hopefully we'll get that done by next week. We've already done all the audits, because that's part of the, having a certified audit. And then once we have that done, hopefully by spring we'll be public, trading. And then from there, within 30 days to 60 days right after that, we'll buy those companies, one in Vancouver, one in Toronto, to really get us up there. And then the next part is really to start going into the United States.
Great talking to you today. It's Allan Hartley, who is the CEO of Bay Talent Group, hailing from one of my favorite cities, Boston, Massachusetts. Allan,
well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. Cheers.
Thank you.